Hello everybody, welcome to the Java course. If we want to generate some random numbers by using Java, we can make use of the random class provided by Java. In order to do so, we have to import the random class before we really make use of the methods provided by this class. So how can we do that? We can use the import command. Okay, the random class is imported. So when we run the Java class, we are going to make use of the random class here. So the operation of the random class can be shown here. Okay, what does it mean by this statement? I'm going to create a reference variable called rand1, which is of random data type. This random data type comes from the random package being imported. And I used the keyword new, and then I used random constructor given by the random package. So in this case, I generate a random object whose reference is stored in the reference variable called rand1. And then how can I make use of this reference variable? First, I create a data primitive of integer type. The value is called int value. And then I assign the value coming from the random class to the integer primitive variable called int value. So what I'm going to do here is that I call the method named as nextInt, which is coming from the random package. So the reference variable is going to point out the object, and then the object is going to process the method called nextInt, and after that the random value would be stored in the variable called int value. So let's see the result by printing it out. Save it, run it. There is an error. Let me check. Oh, I don't need to use the data type again, because this variable is already declared at the very beginning. Save it, run it. Okay, I will generate an integer value shown here. When I want to run it again, I would have another number being given. Run it. Yes, the number is different from the first one. What does it mean by that? It's because we are using the random package. If we use the constructor without any input argument or any actual parameter, we will have the random number being generated differently every time we call the nextInt method. So we can be quite sure that every time we run the nextInt method, we will have a different value coming out. If we want to constrain our number generated within a certain range, we can do something like this. Okay, this statement is going to do the random generator action like this. Now, int value will be any integer between 0 and 10. So the actual parameter 10 here is going to constrain the range of the random number generation. If I don't put anything inside the parentheses of the random constructor, the value generated by the nextInt method can be very large, as long as the value is inside the integer primitive data range. But if we put an actual parameter of 10, I'm going to constrain the number generated to be between 0 and this value, which is 10. So let me try to print out. Okay, this time I would get 1. When I run it again, next time I will get 6. For the third time, I will still get 6. And for the fourth time, I still get 6. And for the fifth time, I get 8. So every time I run the nextInt method, I will have a different number. Okay, for double values, can we generate some random number which is of double data type? Yes, we can. Let me do it now. First, I assign a variable of double primitive type. The name is called double value. So I'm going to generate a number between 0 and 1 conceptually. I mean, I want to generate a decimal number which is at least equal to 0 or smaller than 1. So what will I get when I use the appropriate method? Here I can still use the original reference variable of a random type, but now the method is called nextDouble. So I will generate a double value of satisfying this range. Let me print it out. Save it, run it. For the first time, I will get this decimal number, and for the second time, I will get another decimal number. So the idea is pretty similar to what we did for integer generation. Can we do some random assignment of Boolean values? Yes, we can. Yeah, something like this. I can use the nextBoolean method of the random package to help me generate a Boolean value randomly. Now I will put the random value generated into the variable called bool value, which is of Boolean primitive data type. Save it, run it. Oh, sorry, I need to print the value out. For the first time, I would get false. For the second time, I will get true. For the third time, I will get false. And for the fourth time, I will get false. So every time I execute the nextBoolean method, I will get different Boolean value. Okay, for the previous examples, I will have different value when I run the program once again. So is there any way to fix the value coming from the random methods? Yes, we can, by making use of the random number seed. So let me do something like this to illustrate the mechanism of a random number seed. Okay, I'm going to set up another reference variable of whose object is of random type. And now the constructor is still random, but I have an actual parameter called 999 here. 999 is known as the random number seed. When I fix this number to be any number like 999 or any other values you like, the random number generated would be the same every time you execute the nextInt, nextBoolean, or nextDouble methods. So let us see some examples by using this new reference variable, which points to a random object of a fixed random number seed. Here I still use the original primitive which stores an integer primitive type. So this variable is still the original variable shown above. When I print this value out, this time I will get this amount, and for the second time I will still get the same amount. For the third time I still get the same amount. So when I put a certain number to be the random number seed, the nextInt method will always give me the same value. So when I change it to 4 nines, save it, run it, I will have another integer being randomly generated. And when I run it again with the same random number seed, the value will be the same. So I can do similar things with other generation of double values or Boolean values. Okay, I'm going to generate a number of double primitive type, and I use the original variable which stores a double primitive. And let me try to print the result out. Save it, run it. Before running it, I comment the previous printing statement. Save it, run it. For the first time, I will get this amount, and for the second time, I will still get this amount. So the random number seed is going to fix the value obtained by the nextDouble method. I can do the same thing for Boolean values. Okay, I use the original Boolean variable for the first part, so I'm going to make use of the nextBoolean method to the object referenced by rand2 variable. Let me save it. Before running it, I have to comment the previous printing statement. Save it, run it. For the first time, my answer is false. For the second time, it is false. For the third time, it's false. For the fourth time, it is also false. For the fifth time, it is also false. So the random number seed is going to fix the value coming from the nextBoolean method. So after this video, I hope you're able to have some basic idea of the random package. After importing the random package, we are able to make use of the nextInt, nextDouble, or nextBoolean methods to generate random numbers. And if you want to fix the value coming from the nextInt, nextDouble, or nextBoolean methods, you can consider using a random number seed, which is simply an integer you want to put. This is the end of the video. If you have any questions about my video, feel free to leave your comments on the comment section below the video. If you like this video, please give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.